to Trending Educational News on Here TV Africa. My name is Florence Emmanuel. I'm going to be your host for today. Our spotlight today focuses on Osun State University, the school increment and off-campus accommodation fee. I will have Abifab join us right after the short break, so don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Trending Educational News on Here TV Africa. Like I said earlier, I have Abifab with me here in the studio to dissect and dive more into the topic we have today about Uni Osun. Welcome, Abifab, to the studio.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Florence.
How are you doing? And how was your journey?
Fine.
Okay. So, without wasting much of our time, let's dive quickly into the topic we have today. Uni Osun. What do you think actually led to the sudden increment in the school fee?
Yeah, thank you, viewers, and thank you, Florence. Like I said, I made a journey to Osogbo, Osun State, to get information on this because it all started a weekend ago that somebody just sent a list to me, and on the list we saw it Osun State University, Osogbo, increment stuff and like that, and everybody was surprised that how can the school increased fee by adding 554,000 to medicine, 548,000 to nursing, depending on courses, and there are some courses even 25,000, some 40, some even 15. But the issue now is that as a parent and as a media organization, ATV, we are so much interested in let's know what happened because our viewers want to ask. In fact, some people begin to ask, Abifab, what do you have? ATV, what did you? So that's the reason why I went to the university. Like I said, you see, the issue is that the answer to these questions and the particular issues happening is that we have the parent side, the school authority side, the student side, and the government side, because it's a state institution. Exactly. Now I want to start from the school side. The school side, the information I gathered that reason for the increment is that the school might run bankrupt. From a very reliable source. The school might run bankrupt any moment from now if that increment is not done. The reliable source said all medical courses, all medical lecturers, all medical staffs, academic and non-academic staff, that what the medical student brings as fee, payment of fee, cannot run the faculties, cannot run the department. So they have to take money from finance from other departments to run all medicals, which is too bad, which is too wrong, and they see that if they continue this way, it will affect the school run management. So the only thing is that to increase to increase our school fee. Now, if you look at the list also, the increment percentage of those 400,000 increment is basically on medical. To be sincere with them. Yes. Now, my further question is that why now? Why not later? And why not batch by batch?
Probably they would have informed them earlier before now. Yes,
and the major thing, the information I gathered is that they believe, in fact, the management believe that Osun State University is a state university, but it's more like a private. Exactly. Number one, they don't go on strike. Number two, no ASU, no students riot, nothing. And the reason is that the reason why all this is coming up is that the lecturers, academic and non-academic staff salary were being paid promptly. And the sources also told me that I should find out from lecturers and non-academic staff the reason why they have not gone on strike, because they pay them as when due. The allowances, whatever is due for them, is being paid.
And that is the joy of every
That is the joy of every worker. That is why they don't go on strike. So now, for them to be able to meet up the demand presently for the medical student is to increase their fee. But I talked about the percentage, the variations, medicine, nursing, radiography, MLL, pharmacology, and other in the medical line. Yes. The variation for year one freshers is much. The medicine is the highest. Medicine is about 552,000 added to 700 something being paid. So medicine for Uni Osun now move from 700 plus to 1.3 million plus. Why nursing is close to 1 million? So I now went further. I said, okay, now why can't you do batch by batch? Okay, for this academic section, do 200. He said no, that the management have met, and the only thing is that to do it once and then put that aside and move ahead.
Okay, to my next question. Thank you very much for that feedback.
I'm not done on that. Sorry for cutting you down.
Okay.
I just have to give you some the thing. Information is that the information I gather is that the other state university, which is Unilatia, owned by state government, fee is far higher than Uni Osun, and it's the same government that owns these two schools. So why will this one that is as old as 15 or 16 years is cheaper, and that one with just 3-4 years older,
a new baby
is higher? And students are going to that school and they are paying. In fact, they will not rush to that place because of the admission requirement is there, because it's a new school. They need students. Unlike Uni Osun that is on that is granted. So you understand, as well position. So that's another factor again. The other factor that is also affecting them again is the government aspect. The state government, according to, is not funding them very well. They said there is no increment from the state government. They expected that the government assumption is given a particular amount supposed to have increased, because the school is increasing in terms of structures, in terms of equipment, in terms of students. So what they are getting for state government is not as much. So the only student is for parents and students to pay.
Thank you very much for that great insight.
Yes.
I hope our viewers are getting one or two information from that.
Well,
so quickly, finally on this topic, do you think that, what do you think that both, what do you think can be put in place that can sustain both the school and the parents?
Agreement.
Okay.
They must come to a round table discussion. With what I saw, I'm also a parent and I have students over there.
Because I believe that before the school could have come up with this kind of decision, they ought to have thought about a common ground for both the school and the parent. I don't think that was actually
that's what I said. There should be
considering this economy.
Yeah, there should be an agreement. And some people came up on social media, said because of the net fund loan thing, that's why majority school, because actually not Uni Osun loan, not Osun State University loan, a lot of schools are doing increment in school fees. People came up that because the net fund loan the federal government is giving students,
that is the reason.
But from Uni Osun, this is the reason they give, not because of the net fund. But at the end of the day, when we see that, we also see that the issue of the net fund loan is also another factor. They believe, okay, net fund will give you $1 million for your tuition fee to pay school. It's still not from your parents. So the government is paying you, you are borrowing to pay without interest. So people were on social media that were discussing, they were right. For me, I saw it as a good factor. Assuming there is no net fund loan, would they increase? I've done that kind of increment they did in Uni Osun or other state universities, it will come up. Because there's a belief that net fund loan is there for them. After all, it's not parent that is paying, and this money they are collecting, this loan is interest-free loan, and they are not paying now. Some of them are paying 8-10 years time.
At the end, they still have to pay.
They still have to pay, but interest-free.
Aside being
interest-free,
let me tell you something.
Okay.
Do you know that there are some parents that would have said, okay, I'm setting this so amount of money aside for my children's school fee.
Yes, I do.
Do you know that it is not every parent that has the opportunity to double it or to increase it or to get additional fund for that aspect? I think that should have been put into consideration. What about a parent or a parent that is about to retire? Anything can come up. Do you get it?
For this Uni Osun study case we are using, sincerely for the medical, all the medicals, I want to employ a parent to go and sit down. Education is expensive, medical courses are expensive all over the world. We know it's expensive. So the best is for parents to see what to do. Sincerely, the school might not reduce that
or reverse.
Let's use that word. The school might not reverse it. I'm not speaking for the school. They are not sending me to speak for them.
Exactly what I was about to ask you.
They are not speaking for the better, and they might not revise it.
Alright, thank you very much. Because of our time, that will be whole.
Yeah, we will continue on this series later.
Exactly, I know. But because of our time. So let's quickly move to the next one.
Okay.
Landlords increase their house rents by 100%.
It's no more than self.
Just for a single time.
Yes.
So do you think that this increment do you think students will be, definitely they can cope,
Yeah.
but do you think there are better options if they don't imbibe this?
You see, the option and part of what I also inquired from there, I got from students, I got from even non-academic staff, academic staff, is that the school hostel is filled up. The next is for students to go to off-campus hostel. And you see, with what we have in Nigeria presently now, we know if you are into building presently, you know the materials, rate at which building materials have gone up for those who are just building. But the information from the school is that the schools have plenty lands. They have been looking for PPP, private partnership, to come and develop and build hostel in the school campus, but they are not forthcoming. I don't know the reason. Maybe the condition given to them is not too juicy, because that could be another reason why private investors are not investing in hostels. In other places, I believe in Lagos, go and see like now, a lot of investors are invested in hostels. Go to UI, go to all these high schools, even some state, go to Lautech. There are private hostels in the school. The student pay not as high as the one outside, but the particular one with Osun is that Osun needs private investors to build hostels. If you are watching me, you are investors, you have the money, you can talk to them. Go and build hostels for our students. Our children are suffering. Increment in room, you can't imagine where Osun is located. A room is going for 500,000. Even in Lagos, where we are situated.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Imagine, Osun.
And come to see these accommodations,
yes.
they are not really, they do not really worth the price.
You see some, even the one that deserve it, well ties, well accommodated, pay as much as close to $1 million for a room and parlour self.
Do you know my concern?
Osogbo.
Do you know my concern? My concern is that we're talking about change.
Yeah.
Talking about change here and there.
Yeah.
The change usually should begin with
everybody. Yes, it should begin with me.
These landlords
yes.
that sat and changed that increased the rent.
Yeah.
They are also parents.
They are also parents. They have children even in that school.
And they have children.
Yes, even the lecturers have children in school, in that school. So they are also crying.
Is it safe to say that if the government is not doing what they are, if the government are not doing what is expected of them, so to say, I don't think it should get down to we ourselves. Or what do you think?
What I think is that government cannot be everywhere. Government cannot provide everything.
But we're talking about parents to parents now.
Yeah, parents, like I said, concern the hostel, they still need private investors.
Okay.
The people who have the money, the people who have the money, the people who are rich, who can provide hostel, even can build hostel and give it as a dash to school. We have people like that. apart from people like us who do business, as a businessman, maybe later in life I can build hostel free for them. Maybe later, if God enlarge my course.
We are coming up.
Yeah, we are coming up. Maybe we'll have a TV hostel.
All right.
It's 5-story building. And,
thank you very much.
Don't let 5 rooms.
There is no matter what you say, no matter what we want to discuss concerning these issues, what will be, and we can't exhaust it. We just pray that there is timely intervention that would not cause a whole lot of harm to both the school and especially on the students.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Abifa, for your insight.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for staying to the end of the program. At the end, education isn't just about lectures and examinations alone, but also about being fair and accessible. Also, we're talking about dignity here. So to get more informations like this, do well to like, share and subscribe. Also comment in the comment section. We are also open to advertisement. You can copy the number on your screen to reach out to us. I remain Florence Emmanuel, your humble host, and this is Here TV Africa.